Hello everyone, today we will talk about what spare parts are better, what are original spare parts and what are non-original. Original spare parts are put on the primary conveyor and some car brands are always written on the box of original spare parts. For example, Volkswagen, Ford, Honda and so on. Here is an example of an original part. Volkswagen concern is written on the packaging of this spare part. The second type of spare parts are non-original. Sometimes they are also called analogs. These are any other manufacturers of auto parts that are not associated with car brands in any way. Here's an example of a non-original spare part. Some manufacturer is written on its packaging, in this case, Perflux. And this brand has nothing to do with car production. So, conclusion. Some brand of a car will always be written on original spare parts, like it could be Opel, Volkswagen, Ford, and so on. Original parts are parts that are installed in the primary assembly line, but you must understand that large automotive corporations do not produce the entire range of parts for their cars. Portion of the spare parts they buy from other suppliers. For example, Ford does not manufacture its own batteries or brake pads. Ford buys these brake pads from other manufacturers. For example, Bosch batteries can be installed in the Ford primary conveyor. When you buy a genuine Ford battery, it will have a Ford label on it, but the battery is actually manufactured by Bosch. So the Bosch plant supplies batteries to the primary conveyor and also sells batteries to the secondary market. And many mistakenly think that if they buy a Bosch battery in the secondary market, but at the same time as Bosch supplies batteries to the primary conveyor, the quality of these spare parts will be the same. In fact, the battery that is supplied to the conveyor and the battery that is sold on the secondary market are in fact different batteries in terms of quality. In order to supply spare parts to the primary conveyor, the plant that produces these Bosch batteries must undergo a certain audit. That is, everything is being checked, like all its documentation and input control, check if there is an output control, all technological maps, operations, and so on. And only after these complex checks, Bosch can supply batteries to the primary conveyor, since the spare parts that go to the primary conveyor are subject to increased requirements, increased control. These products are much better and much more expensive than those sold on the secondary market. So it is true that the Bosch company produces one battery for a conveyor, for example Ford, and the other battery for the secondary market. And they are different batteries. They differ in quality and durability. As proof of the above, I can give the following example. When you buy a new car, the battery on it serves up to 8 years. But then, when you change the original battery and buy, say, the same Bosch, then this one will go up to 4 years, that is, 2 times less. So, conclusions. There are two types of spare parts. The original spare parts that are supplied to the primary conveyor and unoriginal spare parts that are supplied to the aftermarket. And even if these spare parts are produced by the same concern, let's say Bosch supplies both these and these spare parts, even if these batteries have the same label, the same capacity, the same cold scrolling current, the same additives, and so on, all the same, the quality of these batteries will be different. By the way, in order to choose the right spare parts for your car, original or non-original, go to the AutoAdviser.by. The link will be in the description. Do not fall for the trick of the people who assure you that this Bosch part is supplied to the primary conveyor or, for example, these filters are also supplied to the Peugeot conveyor, because these parts are from the secondary market, and those parts that go to the primary conveyor will be of a completely different quality. Thank you for watching, share your opinions in the comments, and all the best to you, see you again.